Welcome back, everybody. In the meantime, while I'm looking for the next clipper to buy and test and checking out the suggestions you guys give me, I figured I'd show you what I look for when I'm looking for these cheap clippers on Aliexpress and Amazon. All the little details and specifications that I look at that makes me make the decision that this one might be worth trying. So I thought I'd just make a little short video. I'm going to break that down. I'm going to show you the clippers that I have here with me, and we'll just talk about what I look for. So let's get into it right now. All right, let's quickly get into this. I do have some more haircuts for today, but I figured this is maybe some good information, or maybe something you guys already knew, but give you some reassurance that you guys are looking for the right things when you're looking for a cheaper clipper to buy that could potentially be a decent clipper. These are all that I have with me available at the moment. I've given some away. I had the silver version of this one without the screen. I've had a few others that I've given away because they're just collecting dust and I need to make room for new ones. So what I do is sometimes I'll put a bunch on the table, and I'll tell my clients when they come in to get haircuts, like, yo, these are for grabs, whatever you guys want, you know, to keep yourself clean at home. You can have whatever you want that's sitting here, and they're happy, you know, to have a pair of clippers that they know I had, and then they get to use at home. But this video, I'm gonna break down, like I said, what I look for when I look for a new clipper to try. So I go based off big brands, features, and build quality, and I go off of what's hot in the market today. So what was hot in the market years ago when cordless first popped out was obviously the Magic Clip. You see I have 3 of them. I've had a lot more than 3 of them, and I've given a bunch of them away. Some of them the batteries just died and I just replace it and keep on cutting. They were my go-to for a while because obviously that was the only thing really out and reliable. And you know, I kind of recently started getting away from those, and a lot of things have changed. So the things that have changed is now we have coated blades. They're not just carbon steel. As you can see, we have coated blades now. So that's one feature I'm looking for when I'm looking for clippers. I'm looking for those upgraded style of blades. You see, that's a Babyliss blade on the TPOB. But see, with this Kiemi, we got the DLC blade, the DLC coated blade. It keeps temperatures down of the blade. It keeps it running cooler, and it may or may not help it glide better, but I don't think it usually does. That's why usually the parts that rub together are polished or the uncoated steel. But yeah, so we're looking for the coated blades because that's a standard these days. I'm also looking for battery display. That's very important to me. So a while back I found this clipper. I gave away the trimmer that came with it. It looked like the wall detailer. It was all metal. So as you can see, very similar to my 100th anniversary wall, but also very similar to the Magic Clip. And obviously wall needs to get it together because I can get that same clipper with the battery display for nothing, and the wall blade mounts right on there. So another thing I'm looking for nowadays when it comes to trying a cheap clipper or taking the risk and buying this clipper is USBC. Now you can see I've been loving the VGRs, and they're all USB-C. That's important to me. I like having one cable that charges every clipper. It's nice. Even these older models that I was testing out came USB-C. So that's important to me. So now we have coated blades, battery display, USBC. Those are 3 things that I look for when I'm looking for a budget-friendly or a cheaper clipper on Amazon and Aliexpress. If it has those things, then there's a good chance that it might be a decent clipper. Now, here's my 4th thing I look for. And it is, does it have a blade type that's similar to a big brand? So like TPOB. I can mount the TPOB blade. I can mount a Babyliss blade. And guess what? This little cheap Kiemi has the same exact blade style. The reason why I look for that is because if this blade breaks, and I have so many clippers as backups now, but I used to think of this when I didn't have as many clippers. And this is for you guys that don't have many clippers and you're looking for something cheap to start with. You want to look for something that if you're in the middle of cuts and you break a blade and this is your only clipper, that locally you could drive to a beauty supply store and pick up a blade that'll fit on it, even if it's not the same brand. Like you could throw a Babyliss blade on it, you could throw a TPOB blade on it. To me, that's important. Like when I was first looking at the budget clippers, this one, I got a Babyliss blade on a Kiemi Babyliss clone looking clipper. And on these, I was able to fit the Andis Slimline Pro GTX. Damn, that thing needs to be oiled. And the Slimline Pro blades. They mounted on, no modifications. This one needed to be modified a little. So that's an important thing I'm looking for. I'm looking for swappable blades, because if you're in a pinch and you drop a clipper and you break a blade, you know, some of these Amazon clippers or some of these AliExpress clippers, you're not going to be able to replace the blade same day. You're going to have to order it, you're going to have to wait. So it's nice when they carry the same blade style. So like, for example, the VGR, its blade and TPOB blade drop right on there. I didn't have to do any modifications. So it's nice to know, you know, that I had an extra blade, because my other TPOB, I don't know if you guys have been paying attention, this one kind of crapped out on me. So I snatched that blade and I threw it on this VGR. It's a little loud on 9,000 RPMs compared to what it was, but it cuts good, man. They both cut amazing. The TPOB blade cuts a little closer, but to me they cut very, very similar. And I would say this and this cut very, very similar. This one snags less. This one is a lot smoother, which is crazy, but it is what it is. So I'm on the hunt for a shaver, and I always come back to this one because I replace these a lot. I could feel when they get dull. I don't like my clients to get irritated, so I replace them a lot. And it's nice on the fly being able to pick up a replacement locally. So I've always reverted back to these. Now, I'd love to find something on Amazon or AliExpress that's better. I know I'll probably have to accept that I won't be able to swap replacement parts, but we need to find something that's more powerful, USB-C. I need to change this up, but this has always been my go-to, reliable, never lets me down shaver. And that's all there is to it. To me, that's what I really look for. Those 4 things, we break them down again. Upgraded blades with some type of coating. Blades that are swappable with big brand blades so that you can get them local. That's 2 things. USB-C and battery display. Alright, so those are my big 4s. Those are my big important 4. But then you also have things like brushless motors are nice. So if you see a cheap clipper that says it has a brushless motor, that might be a good buy, because you're not, you know, the company's not going to put a brushless motor in just to put a brushless motor in. It means they're trying to make a decent clipper. So brushless motors, I like to look for high RPMs, 9,000 RPMs these guys go, which I don't have any other clipper that does 9,000 RPMs, and I don't see many that offer that. So I really like that. So if I start seeing new clippers being made that are cheaper and they do 9,000 RPM, I'll probably be willing to try it, because I like the high speed. It feels like I do less passes on somebody's haircut, which is less irritation, which is a faster haircut. The last thing I look for is quiet. A clipper can't be obnoxiously loud, but I do like a quiet clipper. But I'm looking for many other things before I'm looking for how loud a clipper is, because to me the most important thing is cutting. I want my cut to go smoother, faster, and come out cleaner. That is my only goal. It doesn't matter ergonomics to me. It's nice to have those things, but to me the ergonomics on this is better. But I've been having a better cut with this, and it's close enough for where I don't care. I'm not a brand whore, so if you wipe these brands off and you gave these clippers to me and I had no idea whose they were and I tried them both, I would continue to pick this one up over this one, even though I like the build quality of this one better, but I like the way this one cuts better. So this is why we're doing this. I'm gonna stick to non-big brands, even though to me I think Cami and VGR, MRD, you know, these other guys are big brands, but to us here in America, I guess they're not as big. But yeah, we're gonna stick to that stuff. I hope that helps you guys look. I am checking out some of the recommendations you guys told me to check out, and I'm on the hunt for the next clipper to show you. I just don't want to grab any and every clipper. There's some people do that. I don't want to do that. I want to find ones that seem to be decent and hopefully become decent, because all in all, with all these clippers for the past month and a half, these have been my 3 clippers that I've been using every day. Everything else hasn't been touched, and my Andy shaver and my TPOD shaver, that's what I've been using. All this stuff just sits here and collects dust. These guys are all backups. On some designs I might pick them up. I like how they cut in the little corner of the blade. Yeah, let me know down in the comments which clippers you guys want me to check out, and I'll start looking through them, because I go down the list on Amazon and Aliexpress and it's just overwhelming how many clippers are out there, and I don't want to just do any and every clipper. We got to find the best, and I want to do it together, and I want to know what you guys have been eyeballing, because I might bring to you a clipper that you don't like or you're not interested in. I want to bring what you're interested in. So blow up the comments with all types of suggestions. Thanks for tuning in. I hope this helped you guys. If you don't want to wait for somebody like me to show you a clipper and you're out there looking yourself, the list of things I gave you is what I look for, and I try to hit as many points on that list as possible for me to feel like when I make this purchase, it's gonna be a good purchase, or it's a better chance that it's gonna be a decent clipper even though it's cheap. So thanks for tuning in. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for liking. Thank you for commenting. I appreciate it. Check out the links in the description to all the clippers you see here on the table, or most of them. And you can get some Scissorhands merch. Some of it's sold out. I gotta do some stuff on the website, but these hats are available there. And like I said, thank you for tuning in, and we'll catch you on the next one.